Okay, then now starting with the session, yaar. I'll be introducing myself first. My name is Mridul, and I am a third year BTech student, CSBS, VIT-AP. And like, if I would like to introduce myself, I'm a very straightforward guy, and the same I expect from you all. So I hope that the basics of DSA, like the basics of list and dictionaries, are already covered in your previous session, or you have completed it by yourself. So, like, is it covered or not? Can you raise your hands, because it will be used later on in the further sessions. Hello, guys.
No, it hasn't been last session
It
taught us
hasn't
the
been
basics of Python.
covered in the your previous session, right?
Yeah. Only we were taught the basics of
So
Python.
he covered the basics of Python. Got it. So, like, you guys have the knowledge of it or not?
Some of us have basic knowledge of it, and some of us from first year as well.
Okay, so you guys don't have. Okay. That's an issue. Okay, just to what I'll be doing today, I'll try my best that you can understand, even if you don't know list or the dictionaries, but I'll try my best. So, and if later on, even after the completion of the session, if you feel any difficulty in understanding, or you felt like that you wants to cover up the list and the dictionary part, so please let us know in the community channel so that we can cover it up too. So the plan for this the today's session is NumPy and Pandas, and after that would be we would be completing Seaborn and Matplotlib. Seaborn and Matplotlib are basically the visual representation libraries of Python. So yeah, s- myself, I'm telling you guys, these two sessions, NumPy Pandas, today's session and the next session would be boring. Like these things are the basics part. uh, you guys might feel bored, but then it is essential for the machine learning part we'll be covering on later on. So yeah, bear with me. And after that, we'll be starting our sessions in offline most probably, because mathematics will be involved while learning machine learning. There's a lot of mathematics involved. So I hope you are in a good relationship with mathematics. It will be a combination of integration, integrals, matrix, and all, differentiation too. So yeah, and other than this, the software I'll be using today will be Microsoft Visual Studio Code and Jupyter Notebook. So I hope you all have Microsoft Visual Studio Code. Do you have? Hello,
Yes, I think you have.
you have no? Okay, then I got three thumbs up now. Three, right? Yeah. So, okay, then setting up the Visual Studio part, I'm skipping it. So, first of all, we'll be installing the library Jupyter Notebook, and then we'll be starting with the basics of the NumPy and the Pandas. So, give me a bit, let me give you a bit of introduction about the NumPy and Pandas. So, NumPy is a library. Basically, it is used for the, optimized and efficient storage of your memory. Like, what happens is when you whether it's a string or whether it's a, let's suppose you assign an integer. Okay, like a is equal to 12, or if you are doing C Java, then you say int a is equal to 12. So this thing gets stored into the memory. And then there are other forms of storage, like there are lists, there are arrays. Okay, so these things are needed to be stored in the memory. So what happens is that when we are into the game of ML deep learning, so we have a lot of you have big data set we have. So and a lot of complicated calculations are involved while setting up a model. So using your computer memory, basically the RAM, is very much essential. Else, you won't be able to process the your calculation, and your model will show an error. We'll be seeing the errors also in the later part. So that's why NumPy are used for the efficient and optimized storage of your memory. And if I talk about pandas are the library that is used for the data frames. So if you want to manipulate something in the data frame, whether it could be like anything joining different data frame. Data frames are basically the data set, the Excel kind of looking thing. So for that thing, pandas are used. So these both things are the very basis of the machine learning part, and we'll be learning this. And other than this, yeah, please feel free to put questions. Like this is not a like professor and a student talking right now. This is student talking. Write whatever thing you want to like whatever you have full independence. If you're not understanding anything, you can write it in the chat box. At least I'll be able to clear it up, or we'll see it on a later session that what we can do it about. So feel free to write anything. This is a student to student talking. Okay, I am also a student. So just going out of the the process. See, what happened is like when I started my ML journey, I had no guidance at all. So I had to go 2 to 3 places to study about a similar topic, and I started this my ML journey again and again. Like I read somewhere, then I started from the beginning again, and this and that. I don't want that thing to happen with you guys. So for this only the reason I accepted the offer given by the MSc lead, and I hope that I will be able to teach you. So yeah, let's start with the session. So first of all, okay, I hope my screen is visible right now. So this is the terminal part of Microsoft Visual Studio Code. So what I would like everyone to do, see, I hope that everyone is coding like side by side. Just give me like raise of hand. Like, are you using your laptop right now or not? Okay. To yeah, other guys are not responding. Please respond. Like if you don't want to attend this session, you can leave it. No issue at all. But if you are attending it, I would like to make sure that it's best of the session you have had till now. Other than this, if you missed any part of the session, this session is being recorded. Plus the code I'll be writing today, it will be given to you. I'll be sharing the GitHub link. You can see it over there. Okay. Chalo then. You are having your laptop. That's good. So this is Visual Studio Code. Okay. So what I want you guys to do is open up the terminal. Just I'm increasing it a bit. Okay. So I hope everyone knows what is pip. So pip is basically the if you're using your Python, you use it to install libraries. So if you want to install any library, you write pip install. Let's suppose if I want to download OpenCV, that's for the computer vision part of your machine learning. So you can write pip install OpenCV. So it will automatically download the OpenCV library for you. So for now, we'll not be focusing on the OpenCV. We'll be writing pip install sorry, pip install Jupyter notebook. So please make sure your spelling is correct of Jupyter notebook. So like I have already installed it in my PC, so it will be showing a different response. If when you'll be installing, it will take some time, around 2 to 3 minutes. So till that time, I'll wait. So you can see that requirements already satisfied. It is because that it is already installed in my PC right now. So that's why it is showing like that. If it's not installed in your PC, it will start. So it will show like it's installing this and this and this. So it will take around 2 to 3 minutes. So till that time, I'll be waiting. Okay. Uh, if it gets installed, okay, please raise your hand. So then I'll continue the session. Okay. Okay, one guy has already installed. Two. And also, yeah, you guys, if you want to speak out your doubt, just first write it in the comment box, raise your hand, and yeah, I'll allow you to use your mic. Some queries are better, to be spoken rather than typing it about. Okay, three, done. So yeah, if I till the time everyone is installing it, let me tell you about NumPy. So if I talk about the purpose of the NumPy, it has smaller memory consumption than list. It is why I am again and again saying it stores your data in a very efficient and in optimized way in RAM. And it like if you use your memory like for any calculation purpose for anything, it will use it in a very optimized way. That's why it becomes very essential to use while doing ML. Second is the implementation of the multi-dimensional array that you can also do in the normal Python. That's a simple basic thing. It's basically arrays only, arrays dictionary list. NumPy arrays are faster than the Python list, optimized again. NumPy can be used to transform the arrays. It can be used to transform the arrays. It means the reshape part, or you can extract a particular set of data from the arrays of NumPy. Python does not have inbuilt support for arrays, so that's an interesting thing. I'll be coming back to it. Offer functions like reshape, sort, and reverse. So it can reshape. Sort is everyone know, sorting it out, ascending, descending. Reverse, it can reverse the array. So coming back to my point, Python does not have inbuilt supports for arrays. So guys, I know what it means, but I want to show you like if you get stuck in anywhere, so how you would like to store it. Directly go to Bard, or you can directly search. I already searched about it, so I know Bard will give a better response. Python arrays, and here only I read before, like while I was preparing for the session. What do you mean by the fact that the Python does not have inbuilt support for arrays? First of all, Python does not have arrays. If you have used Java, C++, you go like int and then the bracket for the list declaration. And if you wrote int bracket, you can store only int, but that is not with Python. Python is a very dynamic language. It can store anything. You can write, uh, okay, I'm storing integer. Also, I'm in storing a list. A list, I'm saying string, and after that, I'm also storing a float. So it is like that. There's no array keyword. List as array substitute. Python primarily uses list to represent ordered collection of elements. Lists are versatile and can hold different data types within a single list. That's why NumPy's arrays are advanced numerical computing. Already told you. Okay, guys, so I'll be showing you how to search the web also because it is also an essential part. I personally don't have answer for all the questions you will be putting forward or the questions that will arise while programming or doing coding. Okay, so we'll be using BART, we'll be using normal searches, or most of important of all, we'll also be looking into the documentation part. Documentation are a very important thing, which I'll be showing you in this session only. So, okay, I hope Jupyter Notebook is installed. Okay, guys, moving forward. So, to open Jupyter Notebook, I'll be writing, okay, this is colliding a bit. Oh, yeah. So you just have to write Jupyter Notebook, nothing else. It will start the process. Okay, so ignore this part, yeah. This is my personal programming things. Go to new, go to notebook. You will open up a brand new notebook of yours. Select Python 3 IPY kernel. If you have installed already Python and Microsoft Visual Studio Code, you will be facing no issue at all right now. So starting with NumPys. So first of all, for your reference, guys, I'll be writing, or you'll be getting in the GitHub part. So yeah, you can look it over this. I'll start with the coding directly. So exclamatory mark pip install NumPy. Okay. And for running any cell here, you have to press Shift Enter. As soon as you press Shift Enter, it will start your code. And why this time I've used exclamatory mark is because I want to run this in the terminal. So it's running. It is basically running in the background. If you see, it will show it over here. Plus, if you go to the Visual Studio Code, it's keep getting updated. It basically using this kernel only, this terminal only, but it is showing over there. There's a reason why we use Jupyter Notebook because it can show you side by side. And what happens like if you are making a proper ML project, first of all, what you want to do, you'll do in the Jupyter Notebook, and then you'll see the result continuously, like what's it doing to the data set, what other result it is showing, and then you'll copy that code of yours, put it in the Microsoft Visual Studio Code, and then we go on further. That's a different topic all about, but then it's now we are talking for the basic part only. So install collected packages, NumPy successfully installed NumPy. Some of the packages I already removed from my PC so that I can start with the very basic for you guys. Okay. So another thing, just a sec. So this is a code terminal right now. If you want to write something over it, go to Markdown. Okay, this is a Markdown. This cell will not run. Hashtag according. If you have done HTML CSS, more the hashtag, it will show you the smaller font. Less hashtag, it will show you the bigger font. Hashtag NumPy. Shift enter again. NumPy Python. Okay, that's Markdown. You want to write anything, you can reuse it using the Markdown part. numpy. Okay, so moving on. This is the basics of Jupyter Notebook. Hashtag. Let's start with importing the numpy library. Okay, we'll be importing the numpy library. How you import a library? Simple. Import numpy. Okay, this is basic. Importing any library, import numpy. But we'll be using the as function as np. Anytime I want to refer to the numpy, I'll be using np. It's short because we'll be using it multiple times. It's shorter, it's more faster. That's why mp. Nothing, any technical thing over here. Okay, import numpy as mp. Shift enter again. Remember, guys, you need to press shift enter. Okay, let me check once. Okay, so we have imported numpy. So we'll starting with the 1D array. So how to create an array? Array is a simple state, a particular data type list. What do I mean by a particular data type list? If you are creating an array, either it will be a int, either it will be a string, either it will be a character, or either it will be a float. It will be always of a single data type. It is not list. What is the difference between list and an array? List can contain multiple data type. Arrays can't. So that's the difference. And Python does not support arrays. Only NumPy does. So that's why we are utilizing the help of NumPy. So my array is equal to np dot array bracket is bracket, write your data 3.6.32 comma 7. Anything you can write, no issue at all. Close the brackets. Okay, before that, you need to mention what kind of data type it is. So np.int8. So let me tell you, numpy np, everyone is clear what's np. Numpy dot integer 8. Integer 8 is a data type. As I told you, numpy stores in the memory very efficiently and in a very optimized manner. So int 8 means int 8 byte. It can go to int 16 byte, int 32 byte. So according to the extension of your integer value, it can you can extend your demand, the data type, the data you want, you can assign that. So np dot int 8. Currently I'm using smaller numbers, so int 8 would be enough. But if you go on the projects, let's suppose there's stock market prediction, so it will include multiple complicated calculations, so you need to increase it to the int 8 to int 16, or maybe sometimes int 32 also. That's why it's int 8. Okay, this is already learned, but still I'll write np dot int 8. Okay, hashtag simple. Okay, now coming to the accessing the array. How to access the array? Simple. Okay, my array 1. Okay, so what it will show? It will show you the first value. Will it be the zero index or the first index? It will be the first index. What will be the value? 6. Done. Okay. Now we'll be using to an extent 1 4. So here we're starting from the first index till the third index. It will also always show a one index lesser. If I'm writing one semi colon 4, so it will show till the third index 632 and 7. D type data type is equal to integer. It will also always show you what's your data type. Okay, here we don't have to write print over again and again. You can just directly write what you want and it will show you. Or even if I write like int, it will show you the same result, but it will just remove the data type part. Okay. I hope you guys are very fluent with this. Like I don't have to explain you much. Assigning part, if I want to assign to a multiple numbers, let's suppose I want my zeroth index and first index to be the value 100. Done. Shift enter. Okay. Now, important thing, my array dot shape. This shape function is a very important function. We'll be using it a lot in ML, damn, because you need to understand how your data set looks like. Just looks like means the basically how many number of rows you have, how many number of columns you have. So nothing you have to do. Just write where you stored your data in which variable you have stored dot shape. It will show you the shape. That's 4 comma nothing because there is no columns at sorry no rows at all. That's why we'll be moving to multiple rows also. You can write if you want to understand the data type. This is also an important function because when you are provided with a data set, it doesn't give you the explanation it is stored in which type of data type. Excel is also having data types for your informations. So yeah, it's important to know about the data type. You can write also my ARR dot max will show you the max value. And if I'll write like my array dot min in that only 100 comma 6. Okay, so that's basic. Okay, then let's move to the 2D array. Told you guys this session will be a bit of, boring. So mind, but then the session starting from the next to next class, that will be the real starting of ML. That thing you'll be then starting enjoying, getting to know what is ML, like how's the calculation involved, what's the calculation involved, how much complicated it is. That's the real stuff. So you have to keep it with me. You have to join again and again session. You'll be enjoying it. After a time, you'll be so fluent. You'll guys start enjoying ML. It's crazy, bro. It's a crazy stuff. ML. You can do multiple things. 4, 5, 6, comma 7, comma 8, comma 9. Okay, that's a 2D array for you. 2D array. I'm saying array always should be of a single data type. I repeat myself again and again so that it can go to your head. It get fixed. It get sticked. So that you don't have to revise much. You don't have much confusion later on. First, I design my array and then I am writing np.array my array 2D. Okay. If just I write my array 2D, it will look like this. Okay, then if I go to the accessing part, how to access it? Just write my array 2D and then bracket 1 comma, let's suppose 02. What would be the output for this? Okay, my array 4 comma 5, how it showed it like this? Okay, is this is row, are columns. So 0 to 2. 0 to 2 means 0 to 1. 1 is the row. So 1, 0, 1, 4. Okay, how many columns? 0, 1, 0 and 1, 4, comma 5. Any are there any doubts till now? Like any queries at all? Any
Not yet.
queries? No, no. It's simple, this basic thing going on. If you have any queries at all, please let me know. Just open up your mic and start speaking, no issue at all. I don't mind. But there should be no doubts at all. Array 2D. Okay. So you can access it. It's basic thing. You can try any permutation combination later on. You'll be getting this Jupyter notebook, myarray.2d dot shape. Shape shows you the shape part of the array. My array 2d dot d type. That's data type. It's int 32. How it's int 32? Because you guys seeing this thing gets stored together. So this thing has its own value. Let's suppose if integer takes 4 byte, we usually assume it 4, but then it depends over the programming language you are using and the version of it and what's the kernel. So let's suppose it's 4, then 4, 8, and that's your 12, 32. Okay, 12, 24, 24, 12 is 36. So 36. Okay, so that's why it individually designed it in the 32 part, tp.integer 32. Got it? Because they see NumPy na is also flexible, that it allows you to store future values. It gives you that flexibility too. It doesn't want you to change your data type in the future too, so it will give you the extension of having some extra space also. It works in that way. You can go to the documentation to learn more about it, but then it won't be of much use. My array 2d.max. It will show you the maximum value. Okay, and then it will come again minimum. Moving on to the NumPy functions. Okay, my array 2d.size is 9. Okay, okay. Then my array, let's first me print my array. If I want to reshape it, reshaping is also very much part of machine learning. You need to reshape your data set again and again according to your use. So what happened, if I want to give you an example would be okay, you have a data set. Data set contains a lot of information. Some information you are required to use to make it use in your model. Some are just irrelevant information, so you remove your irrelevant information, and then sometimes you have to index your rows according to a particular column. Okay, so you have to index your rows according to a particular column, and to do that you need to reshape your data set. and which will be seeing in the future sessions of our ML classes. So yeah, reshape is a one of an important function we'll be using later on too. Yes. So what I did is 4 comma 0, okay, or 0 comma 4 you can say. 100, 6, 32, 7. What I did that I converted into two rows and two columns. This specifies the number of rows and this specifies the number of columns. So it became 100, 6, 32, 7. Now this is also a 2D array. But I think this is not till now saved in my array. Is it saved? No. It is just for visualization only. If I want to my array to become my array dot reshape 2 comma 2, I would have to write it in somewhat in this manner. My array is equal to my array dot reshape 2 comma 2. Okay. So I'll be needing my array for the futures example. So I'll not be assigning it to the 2D format, but rather I'll be keeping it like this only. Okay. Now to my array 2D dot Ravel. So what does Ravel do? Okay. Ravel basically flattens your 2D, 3D array. Even if you have 3D array, it will flatten. Flatten is basically it is most used in convolutional neural network. I am telling you future in like future things will be covering because you can correlate. ML is also correlation, how you correlate things. Not only ML studies also like you need to correlate with everything. If you join the dots, no, you are the smartest person because it's very much essential to join the dots. So my array 2D dot travel, what it does is it flattens. Okay, it flattens your 2D array. It would be very much used in convolutional neural network. We'll be seeing in the future sessions. I don't know when, but sure we'll be seeing. That's an important part. Okay, so I'll just be writing converting multi-dimension array into one dimensional. Okay, just a sec. Hashtag. Okay, my array 2D dot sum. What does sum do? Sum does nothing. It just sums everything up. It's sum. Okay. Let me print for you my array 2D so that I could explain you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what it did? So 4 plus 1, 5, 7, 5, 12. 2, 5, 8. Okay, 8 to 10, 15, 15, 69, 99, 18. So it basically summed up your column. Sorry, column, I'm saying rows. It basically summed up the rows. 1, 4, 7. See, what I'm going to tell you is the most confusing part. You'll get confused every time. I still sometimes get confused. Axis is equal to 0 means whatever would be the function. There are multiple function. You are talking here about the rows. And if later on, okay, my array 2D dot sum axis is equal to 1. Axis is equal to 1 basically sum of the column. See it over here. 3 to 5 plus 1, 6. Got it? 6 plus 4, 10, 15, 15. Uh, 8 plus 7, 15, 15 plus 9, 24. Got it? So, hashtag, again, a comment for you guys. It's an important one. Hashtag axis is equal to 1. You are talking here about the columns. Got it? So here we were talking about the columns when its axis is equal to 1, and if axis is equal to 0, we are talking about the rows. My array 2t dot. I hope you guys have covered up transpose. Matrix is part of matrix. Okay, so what does transpose do? Transpose convert your rows into column and your columns into rows. Okay, for the guy, for the guy who doesn't know about what is transpose, I'll explain it to you. It's not a big deal or something. My array 2D. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's this is our original array. How we converted it is in 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2, 3, which was basically first horizontal, then we converted into vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. So that's the thing. We convert our rows into the column and the column into the rows while when we do the transpose. Transpose is a part of matrix, which I guess you guys will be covering in your first year or and most probably in the second year. It gets completed in the second year. It's easy. My array dot n dimension. How many dimension I have? I have only one dimension. What if I write 2D? How many dimensions I have? Two dimensions. How? I have a row and a column. If I get 3D, then I have three dimensions. Mm, my array dot n bytes. 4. What does it show? How much byte a single element takes? Got it? We are playing with integer. Integer usually takes 4. If I talk about string, it takes 2. What if what if let's play a game now. My array 2d dot n bytes. Guys, you tell me in the chat what will be getting if I write my array 2d dot n bytes. I'm just taking a small water break. You guys write it in the chat box. What will be getting if I write my array 2d dot n bytes? Uh, Diksha, are you still there?
Yeah,
Hello. Like, can you see the chat box? It's like I'm not able to see it.
yeah,
It's
I
not give.
can see.
Like, see, someone has or like wrote something.
No, not yet. They can
Guys,
open their mics if they want, if you're comfortable with it.
okay, guys, if you're comfortable, open up your mic, speak up. What you'll get if I write my array 2d.n bytes and explain me once, like why the answer is coming different. There's no issue if you don't know the answer, but just let me know. Are you listening to this session or not? Anyone?
Saurdeep said, will the 2D array form elements each of n bytes?
Okay, each of n bytes. Yes, you wrote it very correct. The reason behind it because in this time we'll be considering our lists 36 due to the different data storage. Okay, we considered each of this. This is 36. This is 36. This one thing is one element for the 2D array. Okay, so that's why. Moving on, my array dot argument short. Next function for us, arg sort. What it does, it sorts the value according to the index. I also got confused for 1 minute. Yeah, my array 2D dot flat. What does it do? Numpy dot flat here at 0 into 1. This is the address where it stored the value. If I want to access it, what does it did? What it did? Sorry, my array 2D dot flat. Okay. Array. It flattened up the array. This is also used in the convolutional neural network. We'll be seeing in the later sessions of ours. Okay, guys. Now we'll pick up some speed. Hashtag numpy function to construct. Okay, how to construct an array using numpy. Zeros is equal to np dot zeros was the dimension you required 2,5. Okay, it will give you the 000 value format array according to the shape you will like. My array dot zeros. Let's talk about arrange. Rng is equal to np dot arrange 15. What will it do? It will give us the value straight from 1 to 15. It's basically they are used for the quick checkup of our model 0, 1, 2, but they are rarely used. They are used, not so much, but yeah, they are used. np dot linspace. What does linspace do? It gives you the equal space between two numbers. It is the starting number, this is the ending number, and how many equal space number you want. I'll say 12. Okay. What we get over here 1, 1.3, 1.7, 2.09, 4, 5. These are equally spaced number uh, from 1 to 5, and they are 12 in number. Got it? Please go back and like visit the GitHub where I'll be uploading the file. Go over it again so that you have a better clarity over it. Because what I'll be doing in the GitHub file, I'll be explaining each of the function individually. each of the functions individually, so that you can have better clarity. Like for the lens space, I'll be writing this is the starting number, this is the ending number, and this is the number of gaps you required. So you'll have a better clarity over it, and for the future references, you can also use them. Okay, now let's go with the empty. Empty, write up the size what you want. 4,6. Okay. Parentheses are correct, right? Yeah. EMP. So what it did, it gave me random values in a given format, 4,6. I required 4 rows, 6 columns, and it gave me random values. It can give anything, anytime. So that's empty. Okay, now moving on to EMP like, or basically empty like. EMT, like what will do, it basically copies the already formed array np.empty, like let's suppose L space I've created right now. Okay, L space enter emp underscore, like it will create with the same values and the same data type. So it basically copies another array. What does identity do? IDE is equal to np.identity. Identity does, it creates an identity matrix. You'll study in the matrix later on. Words and identity matrix. Identity matrix is a matrix which has its diagonal valued at 1 and all the other values are 0. That's your identity matrix. So it plays an important role while calculation, matrix calculations, which you'll understand when you have covered the subject. np.13, 4. It basically it basically gives you value of 1 according to the uh, array you want. Another functions for identity matrix np.I4. 4 by 4 matrix created identity matrix np.random dot rand n. Uh, so this is an important function. What does random does? If you have studied statistics in your college till now, you must have heard of standard normal distribution, which looks like a bell-shaped curve. A bell-shaped curve. So it will produce random values in the given format 4,4, but it would be in a standard normal distribution, focusing more major on the center and
Here
less
and this.
yeah. Just a sec, someone spoke, no? Can you repeat? Okay, no problem. NP dot randoms it, so it gives random value in standard normal distribution manner. Now moving to NP dot random dot rand int 1 comma 100 comma 10. So what does it do? It gives you random numbers between two given numbers. 100 are the starting and the ending number, and I am required 10 random number between the given starting and ending range. Okay. and then other small functions. Everyone knows, I guess, what is a sign. If I want to take sign of my array, np dot sign my array, np dot square root. Okay, np dot log. They are small function, but then useful while having quick calculations. Mathematical operations, you can perform any. So I'll not be getting into deep. You can go over in the GitHub. It basically consists of the mathematical operations we can do in our array, like subtracting one array to the other array. It basically is subtracted by index. If like is like uh, zeroth index will be subtracted from the zeroth index, or zeroth index will be multiplied by zero index, not by the first index. First index will be multiplied by the first index, and this combination will be going on. That are the basic mathematical operations that can be performed in a NumPy array. So, guys, we will be taking a 3 minutes break. Okay, go refreshing yourself up. Then we'll start with the pandas. Okay. And like if you have any doubts, please put it in the chat box, or you can open up your mic and speak it up after the 3 minute break. Okay. And Diksha, please let me know. Start the second part of the session. I'll try to complete it as soon as possible.
Yes, yeah, sure.
Chalo, let's start then. So now I'll be starting with the pandas. Okay, so what all things you can do with the pandas? So pandas make it simple to do many of the time consuming repetitive tasks associated with working with data, including data cleansing. You need to clean the data. Basically, what happens if I talk about ML? So as I told you, there are much of irrelevant data which is provided in the data set which you are required to move. Other than that, there are some irrelevant information given in the uh, relevant columns, so you need to remove it. So for the data cleansing part, pandas are your data filling part. You can't for the some columns you can't leave that a particular cell empty, so you need to fill it up with something. That could be the mean of that column or something, which will be covering on the later sessions. Data filling, data normalization. Sometimes you have to normalize your data. Normalization means converting into the standard bell-shaped curve. Merges and join. You sometimes you need to merge and join different data set, data frames. Data visualization. For the data visualization part, pandas are used, but we don't will not be using so much of pandas for the data visualization part. We'll be using matplotlib and c1 for it. Statistical analysis, data inspection, like how the data look like, loading and saving the data, and much more. So let's start with the pandas. I guess you have already opened up this Jupyter part. Yeah, again, go to the notebook. Another notebook I'll be opening. This one I'll be saving by the name of numpy underscore class. Okay. Coming to this one, Python 3y. Always start with the preferred kernel. Select United 9. I'll be writing here pandas. Okay. Shouldn't do like this. Leave it just a name. So first, what I'll be doing, importing numpy and the panda library. Numpy and the panda library. Okay. So again, as we started with the NumPy, what will do? Exclamatory mark pip install pandas. We will start the process of installing pandas. Guys, please see that until and unless this cell is not completed its process, it won't pass on the part to this cell to execute the commands. So downloading pandas, it started the process, it downloaded, installing collected packages, successfully installed pandas. Okay, so import numpy as np, import panda as pd. I'll be referring panda as pd. Okay, this part is done. So now taking time. What is a series? Panda series can be defined as a one-dimensional array that is capable of storing various data type. Basically, it's a list, but we are using Panda, so it is called as series. That's just terminology game that every library plays or the different programming languages play. So let's start. Let's suppose if I write labels is equal to A, comma B, comma C. Okay, and my data is equal to 10, comma 20, comma 30. Enter. Array is equal to np dot array. Converted it into an array. Again, we'll create a dictionary. D is equal to A n comma B 20 comma C 30. A B 20. This is basically a dictionary. Okay. So starting with the series, the first way of creating the series is I'll write hashtag 1 pandas dot series. Please always check that you use it capital pd dot series, so it will show an error. Data is equal to my underscore data. This is a series, simple data type int 64. Second way of creating it, adding index. Okay, pandas dot series data is equal to my underscore data, comma index is equal to tables. So basically, now the index is when it is automatically assigned 0, 1, 2, now converted to the ABC. Hashtag 3. pd dot series Tightly provide with the argument, comma, labels. You don't have to every time mention data, comma, index. It's just for your future reference that I wrote it. Okay. Another way of creating data, having the labels assigned with it is providing it with a dictionary. Just provide pd.csv abc 10 20 30. Acha, what will happen if I provide pandas series and in the name of data, if I provide them with a list of functions, print, comma, sum, comma, len. What will happen then? Will it show an error? No. It will say built-in function print, built-in function sum, built-in function sum. Data type changed to object. What is object? Object is basically similar to a string in pandas. Hashtag. Okay. Now for the practice part, I need to create a series. Series 1 is equal to pandas dot series. Okay. Providing with the data 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma. Let's suppose if I write USA, comma, Germany, Italy, comma, Japan. We'll be getting the list. Okay. How to access the list? SCR1 USA 1. What we also use on this fashion SCR dot just write dot Italy. You'll get your answer. While doing the ML part, we use a combination of brackets, this, but usually it's preferred to use the brackets only to use the normal syntax so that it can be sticked, it can be let is, or the like the it will always show you the correct way of coding. The like how you code is also matter, how you represent your code also matters. So for that reason, we always prefer to use the bracket part. But sometimes in ML we try to do 2 to 3 steps of code in a single line. For that thing, we sometimes use a combination of bracket and a dot. So that's a different part. Okay. Now we'll create series 2 is equal to, let's copy it from here. Copy. Let's suppose USSR. What will happen? I have removed Italy to USSR and changed some values. Okay. What if I do series 1 plus series 2? Germany 4.0, Italy, it shows NaN means its null value. Hashtag NaN is equal to null. Okay, because it exists in this, but it doesn't exist in the series 1. That will show the null value. Japan is 8, USA is 2. USSR again is present only the the second series, that's why it shows the null value. Okay, now moving on. Series 1 minus series 2 will also do the same thing. Just a sec, guys. Yeah. Now moving on to data frames. What is a data frame? As the pandas data frame is basically a two-dimensional size mutable, potentially heterogeneous tabular data structure with labeled axes. In simple words, it's Excel. Bytes like his Excel, like it can have multiple columns having multiple different types of storages. Like one column of yours containing the string value, other is integer, another one is float. So that's why it is a two-dimensionally size mutable, potentially heterogeneous. It is potentially heterogeneous. It can be or it can't be. So that's the thing. So I'll write it down for you guys. Data frame is two dimension size mutable, comma, potentially heterogeneous tabular data structure with labeled. By axis it means rows and columns. Okay. Okay, now one more thing. So numpy.random import and n. Okay. np.random.seed 101. What does seed do? Seed basically gives a same set of random numbers every time we use it for that purpose. Seed. Okay. Data frame is equal to pd.data frame. Please check the spelling for the data frame. D and F are capital. Random 5, 4. It means we need 5 rows and 4 columns, comma. How does should it be labeled like? It should be labeled like A, F4, B, C, D, and E. W. Yes. Okay, guys. We're creating a data frame over here. Here we are creating data frame, but in our ML project we'll be importing a data frame either from the web or either from the after downloading it from the local computer. Here we are creating a data frame right now. This is using data frame. So how you access and use your data frame? df dot or you can use like this w. It will show you the w. Okay. Type of data frame. Well, you can use it in this way also, by the way, df dot w. It will still show you the same result. But out of the way we represent our code, I'm using it in this manner. Okay. So what it shows, pandas.core.frame.data frame. And what if I write type data frame w panda.core.series. It is showing the full data frame as a data frame. And if I extract a particular column out of it, it converts into a series. So that's a good observation that we are required to make, because sometimes we can't play the game we want to play while doing ML with the series. We have either have to convert it into a list or a numpy array to perform the actions we want to do. I usually say it as a game because it's a game how you play with your data set. Because sometimes the thing which you think that it is irrelevant can be relevant also if you convert it into a different format. That's a very basic observation. Now what I'm writing over here, data frame consists of multiple series. Okay, how to extract a data frame out of a data frame. Data frame, bracket. There will be two brackets utilized because we are extracting two objects, two series, I mean, right now. Okay, if I write type dot temp, ana.core.com frame dot data frame. Okay, we can also create a new series from the existing data frame. How to do that? Df new is equal to dfw plus dfy. Okay, and enter data frame. We created a new series by adding w and y column, and that's that, dropping a column. Here we are basically doing SQL type things. So told you guys this session could be boring. After the session or of the next session, we'll start the real ML part. We'll start with the statistics. We'll talk about gradient descent. We'll uh, talk about multiple things: linear regression, multivariate linear regression, what is K means, etc. etc. So dropping a column df dot drop new comma axis is equal to 1. Axis is equal to 1 is columns. As you remember, right, in the numpy I mentioned already, axis is equal to 1 always refer to the columns in place. Now, what you mean by in place? In place, basically, if you set it as true, so the conversion you will be doing here right now will be also shown in the real storage in where the data set is stored. Let's suppose if a data set is stored in an Excel format, you import it in the Python, you are doing things and things with your data set, and then you want to remove it. And you set that in place is equal to 2, so it will also got deleted from the Excel file from where you imported it into the your Python file. So in place is equal to basically permanently deletes the column. Okay, data file. That's a very interesting thing happened right now. See, I'll show you. EF new. Okay. Here I have pressed shift enter over here again because I wanted to create the new again. Okay. And if I'll go to dropping a column, I'll press shift enter and it is removed. That's done. Okay. But what happens if I press it enter again? It will show me an error because new column doesn't exist. Because it has also completely deleted from the Python file also, plus from where it is stored also. Well, it is not stored particularly in a fixed or storage like an Excel file or something, but still, this is the reason, and it shows this same error when you make the same mistake, even like when you are importing your data set from an Excel file or from the web or somewhere. Hmm. So df dot drop. Let's suppose we want to remove a column p, my axis is equal to 0. Therefore, axis is equal to 0 represents the row. Data frame dot shape 5 comma 4. Am I right? 1 2 3 4 4 columns. 1 2 3 4 5. Now df dot drop e, but it is showing me 5, but it is showing visually 4 rows. And why is that? It is because of the fact that this thing is only for the visualization purpose. Until and unless I write tf is equal to tf dot drop e comma axis is equal to 0, it will not show 4 comma 4. Okay, so that's the reason. So as I'll be removing df is equal to df, because I still want to use data frame for the future, not the future, for the upcoming examples. So now coming to one important topic, hashtag log, comma, ilog. Okay. Log and ilog are two, important functions we'll be using in the machine learning. So df dot log a. What it does, it will locate the a and it will show the values. A is this wxyz. Well, it is representing them vertically, but then it shows the value associated with the a row. What if I write df dot log e comma y? It shows me an error. No, it's not an error, but it's a value. How it's a value? B and y uh, minus 0.848077 is located the value. Okay. Uh, what if we don't want a single value, but we want multiple values? How we'll do it? Df dot log. Okay. We need to put double columns. So double brackets, and then a comma b. Okay. Comma bracket again. Uh, w and then y, and then closing bracket, and then again a closing bracket. It will show you, give you the value. So this is a log. What does how does ilog work? Df dot ilog 2. How this value came up is 0 1 2 3. 2 is c minus 2 this, and will show you the same value over here, ilog. What if I want to get multiple value from multiple rows? So it will work in df dot ilog 0 column 2, see, a and b, 0 to 1. What if I want to see the value of multiple rows? S plus S column df from ilog 0 comma 0. Okay. So guys, till here? Any doubt till now? Please let me know if there's
No.
any other. Okay. Anyone else? Lavanya, Kshitij.
No, no.
Okay then. We'll be moving forward. Numpy. This is United 9. Okay, now the Boolean I'm saying. Data frame could be of multiple types. It could be a complete string. It could be a mix of data type. It could be Boolean too. So if I want to create a Boolean data frame, how will I do that? I'll be writing this bool underscore df is equal to data frame values which are greater than 0, and I'll be writing bool underscore data frame. I'll get the true false value for the values greater than 0. I'll be getting true, and else I'll be getting a false. What if I'll write df bool underscore df? I'll be getting null values for those values which are negative, and I'll be seeing the value which are positive. That you can combine the result of a Boolean data frame and a normal data frame. Okay. By the way, guys, you can do it also in the way data frame greater than 0. You can directly write it over here rather than creating a Boolean data frame first and then putting its value on the data frame. Okay. So let's see. What if I write dfw greater than 0? I get the true false value for the w column. Okay. So basically here one thing is of notice that c value is false, means the c row w column value is negative. What if I write it in this way? df w, okay, greater than 0. It has shown me only those value in which w value is positive. It removed the c row. Okay. Hashtag how to provide multiple conditions. So data frame, again, data frame w should be greater than 0. This is or, and guys, this is and. I'm using or right now. df y, okay, should be greater than 1. Just a second, mistake I made. Okay, let me provide it in the parenthesis. Yeah. So here we can see we have used the or condition. If I have used and, I would have get a different result. Sorry for that. I got only a single row E. So that's how you can use conditional conditions to what I am doing. Okay. Okay then. Let's move on to the next part. Hashtag missing data. How to handle a missing data? Okay. B, let's create a first data frame. B is equal to A, okay, comma 1, comma 2, comma np.nan. np.nan is basically a way to write null. Oh, either you can write this null or you can write np.nan, okay, comma B, 5, comma np.nan, comma np.nan, comma C, 1, comma 2, comma 3. This is a dictionary I created right now. For the guys who don't know about dictionary, please go and check out YouTube to know more about the dictionary part. Okay, that's an important thing. Dictionary. Here we go. So this is the data frame I created having the null values. So as I was talking about, like we have to, figure out how to treat our missing data. Sometimes missing data has no value at all. So we'll just leave it. Okay, we'll just remove the whole row or the whole column. But what if that if I'll give you a situation like you are having a data set and you having null values in multiple columns, and you decided to remove the rows having the null values because it is affecting your model, and removing all the null values from all the rows resulted of reduction of your data from, let's suppose, 10,000 rows to 7,000 rows. That's a significant amount of data loss we are having right here. We need to figure out a way to treat a missing data. So what are the ways to figure out to fill in the missing data or remove the missing data if it's less, if it's you know in affecting our model. df3 dot, okay, df3 dot drop na. Okay, drop na means it will drop the null values. Let's see what's the result. We get only a single row having, okay, ABC, that's the zeroth, in which we have provided all the values. Else any row having even a single null value, it will delete it. So it has a variable. If what if I write df3 drop na threshold is equal to 2, it will delete maximum of two null values. It got two null values over here. It had one, so yeah, that's why it got deleted. Basically, a single row should consist minimum of two null values to delete it, else it will not delete it. So that's the function of threshold. Okay. What if sometimes mean. So what is the mean? Mean is basically the middle value of a particular set of numbers. If you're provided with a number, you take it out as mean, it will give you the central number. Okay, so if we are playing, if we want to fill our data set and removing the null values, so fortunately we have the function of fill na by its mean value. So how to do that? df3 a, okay, dot fill na value. Okay, what should be the value? df3 dot mean. So we'll be filling the mean value. 1, 2, okay. It was empty. Now it shows 1.5. How 1.5? 2 plus 1, 3. 3 divided by 2, 1.5. So it filled up with a null value. So we also do this in the real data set. So these are basically the three ways. Basically, we also use multiple things, like sometimes we use mode. What is mode? Mode is the most frequently occurring number. If we are playing with the age of our customers, so we mostly play with the mode. But if we are, let's suppose, talking about the rate of houses, then we play with the mean. So according to the different situations, we have to play in a different manner. There are like many other complicated ways involved. Uh, Basically, we'll let you know in the future, but it will be irrelevant right now. Yeah, this is important. Okay. What's the time? 5:55. Guys, please give me time till 6:10, 6:15 maximum. I'll not be taking any more than that. This is the last part. I hope so. Yeah, this is the last part. This is important too. Okay, so now we'll be focusing on the group by, like we use in the SQL. Group by is important thing. It helps in the analysis. It helps in the filling of the null values too. Yep, company. Let's suppose. Okay, I'll give it the data and write Google, Google, Microsoft, Microsoft, and Facebook. Okay, comma, enter. Persons, Sam, Charlie. Let's take name from the class. Picture. Who else is there in the class? Kidich. Need one more name. Pradeep. Okay.
I'm there, I'm there.
Yeah, I know you are there, bro. Soradeep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one more, Lavanya. Huh? Sales. Just put in some random numbers. 100, 340, 124, and 243. And let's suppose 530. Okay. So this is again a dictionary I created. So data frame 4 is equal to pd dot data frame data. Okay, we have the data. So moving on to the group by function by company. If we group by, data frame 4 dot group by company. What am I typing? Okay. By comp. So we basically get the address where it stored the particular data frame object, not the data frame, but data frame object by comp dot mean. What if we do mean? Ding an error. Aggregation function how mean data type object. Will be showing an error. That yeah, what's this happening? Uh, Guys, just give me a sec. I have to restart my kernel. I guess I'm facing some issues. So basically, guys, I don't know why it's showing an error right now. It was not shouldn't show it right now. Like what will happen if I write mean group by company? So Google, Microsoft, FP, it would be creating groups like Google persons sales. Okay, it will be making group, and if I'll say mean, it will automatically detect that which is the object, what are the object column, what are the integer column, and then accordingly it acts. But it's making an error right now. I don't know why it's recognizing Sam and it then is saying that it's not an integer. That's something new to me also. I have to figure it out and I'll make sure to let you know why it's happening. But till that time, like mean is showing error. But let me write all the functions which are essential as tag by comparison dot standard deviation. Okay, and what I'm going to show is by comp dot count. Count will work. Yes. Count includes both sales and that whether it's an object or an integer. It basically counts like how many persons or sales you have done for that particular group you have made. So that's all. Let's suppose by com.count, if I want to see only of, let's suppose Facebook, I'll write dot log fp. Okay. That's the thing. Okay, another thing. This is very important. Data frame 4 dot group by the company dot describe. Okay. What does describe do? It will give you the count, the mean, the standard deviation, the minimum, 25% of the data set, 50%, 75, and sales maximum. So basically it will give you a short description of the integer data you are playing with. Okay, which is very essential to first analyze a data which you have been given, make model of. So transpose also I would like to do better presentation of it. So FBI, FB, Facebook count 2222, mean is this, standard deviation minimum 25, 50, 75, and maximum. Other thing which is important is TF dot information. It will give you what's the data type of each of the columns. TF dot info. Another thing is TF dot columns. It will give you all the column names. DF dot index. It will give you all the indexes name. Okay. And let's suppose if I have created a function, define times 2 x. I hope you guys know how to make a function. Return x square. Okay. If I want to apply this in my data frame, what I'll do is data frame 4. Okay, data frame 4 no. Data frame 4 sales. DF4 sales. Okay. Then I'll write dot apply. And then I'll write lambda. I hope everyone knows what's lambda. X, not lambda, times 2. Okay. It will square the value. The same thing can be done with the help of lambda. DF4 sales dot apply lambda x into 2. The same result we are getting. Okay. Let's say there are things like DF4 or company. If I would like to figure out how many unique value I have, in dot unique Google, Microsoft, Facebook. One is over here. Okay. If I put a bracket, I'll get it in a number. I have 3 unique values in the company. If I write only unique, it will show me the values. Unique and n-unique. Value counts. Okay. Like each variable is having how many values. If I write VF company, okay. If I want to use how many FP has been used, so I'll write FP dot value counts, value underscore counts. Uh, okay, DF company. Okay, my mistake. DF4 it is. Google to Microsoft to FP2. See, okay. So, guys, that's all for the introductory session of NumPy and Pandas. I hope you guys like it. I know it had been a bit of a boring session. This one and the next session would also be pretty much boring only, but then I'll make sure that from the third session, which will like most probably will be taking offline from the campus, would be interesting, very insight gaining for you guys, and would be a good start for your ML journey. So, like, you guys have any doubt or something?
No.
Okay, then, like, you have been practicing side by side, I hope so. But still, I'll
Yeah.
be up here. Nice. So, I'll be uploading my this Jupyter notebook file in the GitHub, and we'll be sharing the link in the community session or channel. So you can visit over there. You'll find some extra content over there. You can go and search and see and explore. It's good to explore. Another thing which I would like to introduce you to, like, how can I forward? Share. Yeah. So documentation are very important thing. Okay, so let's suppose if I write pandas dot pandas data in. Okay, so if you want to know about the pandas data frame, like what's the thing involved, was everything, it's necessary to go to the documentation part. Every library has its own documentation. Pandas has its own documentation. NumPy has its own documentation. Later on, we'll be learning about Keras, TensorFlow, scikit-learn. They have their own documentation. So it's better to go to the documentation to seek out whether the you are making a mistake in the syntax, or whether it's some value error, or whether it's something different that you need to figure it out. And then there are other channels too. Let's suppose for the geeks for geeks, uh, and what's the that channel? Geeks for Geeks, W3 School, there are multiple channels. You should go visit them. Still, if you can't figure out your error, then you can go to the YouTube channel. Okay, so this is the documentation, like we have pandas or data frame. Data is equal to none. In then we put the index, then columns, then data type, and then copy is equal to none. For the everything, you'll get the where was the value is required, whether it's a boolean value, whether it's a like integer value it requires or not. Okay, so that's the thing. Documentation is an important part. So you should visit documentation to explore more. So that's all for today, yaar. Thank you for staying till the end. And I hope you like the session, and we'll be covering matplotlib and C1 in the next session. Till then, goodbye. Bye.